Well, heeding the call of the wild, it is not for the faint of heart or the faint of stomach. Check it out.
There you go. That's what I mean. So rhino beetle larvae there. You can just eat them raw.
Ew. Ew. That was Bear Grylls. I love that show. That's Man vs. Wild. But this right here, you know who that is? That is Congressman Jeff Flake, who could basically host his own show called Congressman vs. Wild. The congressman recently spent a week by himself on a deserted island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean with, a magnifying glass to start fires and little else. Why did he do it? He's back. There he is. We're going to find out when Congressman Flake joins us just a couple of minutes from now to tell us about the fish he speared and the fires he made and the hermit crabs that he made friends with. Well, he went from the packed halls of Congress to a totally deserted island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Arizona Representative Jeff Flake roughed it a bit this summer, you might say, and tested out his survivor skills in the Marshall Islands. He spent 7 days there, alone, eating coconuts and fish, purifying his own water without even a book of matches. His only companions turned out to be a bunch of hermit crabs. So why did he do this? That's the question all his friends were asking him. Congressman Flake joins us now. Good to have you with us, sir. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
So how'd you take that picture of yourself on the island? Was there somebody there with you?
A lot of people have asked that, but no, I was quite alone. It's called a tripod and a timer.
Indeed. So what made you do this? You set out and completely by yourself, and I want you to tell us why you chose to do this and what you brought with you.
Well, I've always read a lot of survival stories and wondered if I could do that. And I'd rather do this than be up in Alaska or somewhere in the cold. I like to scuba dive and to snorkel and to be out in the water. So I took with me a desalination pump, a manual one. You could pump a gallon in about an hour, a gallon of seawater, turned it into fresh water. Then for the rest, I had a pole spear or a Hawaiian sling, a mask and fin and snorkel, and I just speared my own. I lit fires with a magnifying glass and a coconut husk, and that worked quite well.
And, I read that you took the hermit crabs, they became your friends, you started to write numbers on their back with your Sharpie pen. Was that the first sign that you might be losing it out there?
Well, the most frequent question I get is, did you take a volleyball with you? And I said, no, it takes about 6 months, I think, to talk to a volleyball. But I did, by about day 3, started to look for a little feedback at least, so I would number these hermit crabs as they would wander through camp, and I got to, I think, 126 by the end of the week, just to see which ones would reoccur and see which ones I would never see again.
And
so it was quite
you did
amusing.
this in the middle of a long, hot summer that you spent a lot of time at town halls. Did you have any revelations out there about your work as a congressman?
Well, just a few days before going out, I had a massive town hall with more than 2,000 people. And, from that to the island, I called the town hall there, and a few hermit crabs showed up. That was about it. But it was a big change, and it's nice to be back. I did miss my wife and kids, certainly.
Well, good for you. It's an interesting journey, and we give you credit, and you can always go on to be the Congressman vs. Wild show if things don't work out there in Washington, which we know they are quite well. Thank you, Congressman. Good to have you with us.
Thank you.